there, Aquarius. Are you ready for your August 2020 Tarot Love reading? And here we go. What is going on for Aquarius for the rest of August in their love life? What is the forecast? Give us a theme in this deck. It's like it's kind of hard to shuffle, so I kind of go like this and pull so you see that I can't see. Twin flames, your passion ignites. All right, so let's see what's up with that, Aquarius. One more. Don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do, for it is only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others. So that might be something to keep in mind as we go through the reading. See what's the current situation, how it will play out for Aquarius. I'm going to start with this deck again. How will this all play out for Aquarius? The 10 of Wands. So many of you are feeling very burdened at this time. That's why there could be this thing about guilt here, that you're doing things out of guilt. The Knight of Swords. So you're definitely communicating with your person, or there's someone coming in very quickly if you're single that wants to communicate with you. So let's see how this is all going to go. Some of you could be dealing with a Virgo or something that started last September or October. Let's do the full spread for you, Aquarius. There you are, Aquarius, King of Swords in the outcome. So there's a lot of love here, big new beginning in love. It may have just started for some of you. It may be a renewal of love for others, or it could be someone that you just love very, very much. But you feel like, I think you're kind of almost acting like a Pisces here, where you can be a little bit of an enabler or do too much for them. So there could be a little bit of arguing going on, or like maybe even through text for some of you. But whoever's coming in, if it's somebody brand new, you're going to feel like, remember I'm doing a reading general, so there's different scenarios, but you're going to feel like it's a little bit of a battle, like you had all this weight on your shoulders and now you're going to feel like you have to fight for this, or not maybe for it, but because of it, like it came in your life and kind of gave you some upheaval. Not as much as the Tower where, you know, everything's destroyed and rebuilt, but it's going to take quite a bit of adjusting here. There could be a little bit of a clash of wills about which direction to go. But in the outcome, in the next month or two, we have the Hierophant. So some of you could also be dealing with a Taurus or a lawyer, but it could also be that you are going to be feeling a lot of security as a result of this big new love. But it's going to take a month or two of adjusting and sort of balancing the burdens here. But this is something you've either really been manifesting, or it's a very wise person, if not a Virgo. And the long-term outcome here, this Hierophant is kind of the same as the King of Pentacles, so they show up a lot in my readings. This King of Pentacles represents Taurus, Aries cusp through Taurus, and the Hierophant is Taurus. So for some of you, if you are dealing with a Taurus or someone with that heavily in their chart, it could be that you feel their presence and commitment, but then they sort of, sometimes they don't feel as present, and you kind of feel like you have to carry all the weight and, you know, take care of yourself all by yourself. So let's go ahead and pull a clarifier about the Hierophant to kind of get a better idea of who the Hierophant is here, or what he represents. The Moon. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, are normally Pisces. So if you're dealing with one of those signs, and your person is somebody you're going to find a lot of security with, a lot of stability, and a good emotional life. You know, the Moon's there upright, so there's a lot of feelings here, obviously with the Ace of Cups and the Moon, and there could be sort of an intuitive or spiritual element to the relationship as well. So I'm going to use this deck. It's a little graphic. I marked this video 18 and over. But I want to look a little bit more into this 5 of Wands scenario that's coming up for you two. What that is all about. Why is there this battle of wills coming in the near future for this seemingly pretty solid relationship? The Hierophant again. So it could be you or your partner, like either you're really wanting structure and so you're not feeling it, like it's structured enough or committed enough, or there could be a marriage happening here for you two, or it could be that you're wanting structure, or it could be that your person is being sort of an authoritarian and they're kind of like being too dominant possibly for some of you. But this is very, very, very committed. It's almost like you fight, but you know you two are never going your separate ways. So tell me a little bit more about the Knight of Swords and the 10 of Wands. This is someone brand new that you met and you're adjusting. You still kind of know that this is going to work out. The Hangman in reverse. So, you know, it's about making decisions. You're going to be making a decision and that might upset the status quo, or they might make a decision that bothers you. So it's sort of like, I do feel like for a lot of you, you're already in this, but this is big new love coming in. So for a lot of you, it's like, this battle is going to be over decisions and the future and what the common goals are, especially if you are an Aquarius dealing with a water sign or a Taurus or a Virgo, water, earth. It's kind of out of your element. You're an air sign. You generally get along better with air and fire, even though you could have other things in your chart that do connect you strongly with, you know, earth or water signs. So with that being said, there could be a little bit of, you know, rearranging, heavy lifting, where you two have to come to agreement on things that aren't natural because you two are different elements. So tell me a little more about this King of Swords and the outcome, and then we will go ahead and get into my favorite part of the reading. Hope y'all can hear me. I have the AC on and everything. The Wheel of Fortune here. So everything's going to work out in divine timing. You know that, you know, fate is on your side here, whichever way you want this to go. Even if, say, for some of you, you know, you're planning on leaving this relationship someday, but you're kind of feeling very committed or guilty about being there and need to make a decision. Don't make decisions based on guilt, right? Some of you, the decision could be, I need to get out of this, but it's like you're really tied down and it's going to take a while to get out of, like, and so, but you know, in the end, it's all going to come through. So for those of you, I feel like there might have been new love that came in and you're really feeling the restriction of the relationship that you've been in, just for a small group of you, and you want to get out and move towards your future. And you know you will, but it's going to take a lot of bureaucracy and cutting of red tape to get there. I do feel like it's a little bit stifling for some of you. You're feeling a little claustrophobic. So give me one more clarifier on the wheel. The 8 of Wands. It's a lot of action and movement forward. So whether this is your person and you're meeting, or you've been together, or you're leaving that relationship for new love, this is going to move forward very, very quickly, and it's all going to come together the way that it's supposed to for the greater good. And it's not going to take you a lot of willpower or strength. There's not going to be any closure anywhere, regardless of the other scenarios we discussed, because it's just going to move forward so fast here with the 8 of Wands. It's going to be sort of as a result, though, of a decision that you're making now in the present time about these burdens and letting go of guilt. It could be just you're re-establishing your boundaries here. That's where this little bit of a battle comes from. Like, I can't do all of this. I can't carry all of this weight. And your person's really going to step up and say, I'm here for you. And it's really going to launch you two into a much better harmony in your lives together. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get into my favorite part of the reading. You know, I really like this deck today. It's just so pretty. So, how is Aquarius person feeling about them present time? How is Aquarius person feeling about them at this present time? Their significant other or person of interest. How are they feeling about them present time? The Chariot. So, some of you could be dealing with a Cancer or even a Capricorn, because the Chariot was a strong theme in their reading. but this is, you're feeling, they are feeling, do be aware if they are Cancer, because they could be a little bit selfish if this is representing them and their feelings. They're all up in their feelings, right? But if it's most other signs, it's going to be, they feel like moving forward. They feel like this is really going somewhere. You know, they feel like they're on a journey with you, and that they're victor. That they, you know, Chariot can also be about victory. So they feel like they really picked the right partner and they're on the right track. And very comfortable and sensual as well. Also representing water. So what is Aquarius's person going to do about the way they're feeling it the rest of August? Sometime in the rest of August. Justice in reverse. So they are not really going to be looking for the balance that you may actually need to assert here. They aren't going to be the one to go, hey, we need to make some changes, and they may not be receptive to it, which was where we were seeing that little bit of a battle in the last spread. So do be aware of that when you do come forward to them. So because justice is all about balance, and so that's why we know here that they're either not very balanced, or they're going to be off balance, or they're going to resist you trying to balance things out. If it's somebody new coming in, it could be really like they're going to have, you know, it's that adjustment that I'm seeing. You know, they're going to feel off balance if they have to make changes as well. And so what is going to be the result of sort of this readjusting, balancing period for Aquarius with their person that's feeling like the Chariot, feeling like moving forward with them? The Seven of Cups. So this can be a little bit about illusions, fantasies. It can be spiritual as well. It can also be in the traditional deck about having a lot of options. So these two, it's almost like they, you know, are having a secret affair here. So you do want to be slightly careful of deception, not as much as with the Seven of Swords, but make sure, like I had told you, I believe it was you, that make sure that you're not getting into something that could be seeming better than it is, if that makes sense. I don't know if I actually told you guys that, but make sure that you're not wearing rose-colored glasses. That you really see this person for who they are. Because like I said, especially if they're a different one of those other elements, they could be very different than you. So you may not be seeing that at this time, and you may be surprised later if this moves forward that like you're not as maybe, I don't want to say compatible, but not as the same as you thought. So how is Aquarius feeling about their person present time? How is Aquarius feeling about their person present time? It could also be that this person, because you're carrying all of the weight, they don't, you know, they resist the balance, and then they live in this sort of fantasy world that, you know, everything's perfect between you two, and they don't realize, you know, how much of the work is one-sided. So how is Aquarius feeling about their person at this present time? Two of Wands. So you feel like you want to continue to move forward together. You feel like this person is your other half, sort of like the Two of Cups in this deck. The Two of Wands really represents, you know, a very strong, passionate bond here. So you really do want to continue to move forward. And there could be some distance between, for some of you, there's a distance between you two. And so your person wants to move towards you with the Chariot, and the two of you want to come together and close that distance. And usually in the traditional deck, the Two of Wands is like foreign journeys, long journeys, 3 to 4 hour journeys. So there could be some distance between you for some of you, and you're feeling that right now. But your person's feeling like, hey, I want to come see you. But if there is no distance, then this is about you two really being in agreement and on the same page, and really like feeling mutual attraction and affection for one another. So what is going to be the action that Aquarius is going to take as a result of their feelings about this scenario? What is going to be the action that Aquarius takes? The King of Pentacles in reverse. So you're sort of not feeling all the way balanced yourself, especially materially. So you may be dealing with, I mean, even them being at a distance from you, if that's the case, may make you feel ungrounded. Like for some of you, this person makes you feel grounded, and so if there is distance, you feel ungrounded when they're not around. But for others of you, you're going to pull out of that 10 of Wands position and say, I'm not going to be the rock in this relationship anymore. You know, you need to find some balance with me. And so you may be stubborn because, you know, King of Pentacles could be stubborn. Like, I feel like he's very giving and generous, but when it comes down to the end of the day, he could be like very stubborn and, okay, well, if you're not going to be balanced, then I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to contribute anymore. You know, I'll just be here. So you might end up feeling a little stubborn towards this person if you're not actually separated from them. So what is going to be the result of this interaction, this sort of scenario where Aquarius and their person are trying to find their balance and they seem to really love and care about each other very much? What is going to be the final outcome of this? 10 of Swords in reverse, so this can be very painful. You know, we were seeing you by yourself as the King of Swords in the long-term outcome, so I do feel like you could go through a little pain as a result. Even though it did seem like you two are going to get back on track, there could be a little bit of pain that you have to endure to get there, and I feel like you're really standing your ground here, a lot of you. So I would love to find out, you know, more about these sort of deceptions and illusions that might come as a result of how your person is thinking and feeling, and sort of how you might be able to avoid getting into the 10 of Swords, maybe working on this strategy you have here as being the King of Pentacles in reverse. So if you'd like to join me in the extended Aquarius, you can click the link below. It says personal and extended readings, and I don't do my extended on Vimeo like a lot of readers on YouTube do. I actually do them on Psychics Gold. So if you click the link, you'll see all of the products that I offer for personal readings, and if you scroll down, you can find Aquarius Extended 2020 Love Tarot Reading. So for the rest of you that won't be joining us in the extended, I would like to pull one more card from you, from the Lover's Oracle, to leave you off with. And if you'd like to see future general readings from me, then please do like and subscribe to the channel, and you can get a notification when my readings come out. I'm going to be doing them about once a month now because I'm working on the big 144 series where I go through all the sun and moon combinations, and also I had the bonus of each rising. So when I get to Aquarius, Sun, Aries, Moon, hopefully before the end of the year, because right now Virgo, Sun, Aries, Moon is next, then you'll be able to see, you know, if you're an Aquarius with an Aries Moon, you'll be able to see whatever your rising is as well on there. So it's pretty cool. You know, it's a little time consuming, so if you want to donate to help me keep going on that and get through all the Aquarius Sun Moon combinations, then please do hit the gratuities link at the bottom of the description. But other than that, I'd love to see you in a personal reading sometime. So what can we leave Aquarius off with? Friendship. Nurture the bonds of friendship within your relationship, and your love life will dramatically improve. So for those of you that aren't joining us, I do say watch out for being a little too stubborn here, even if they're sort of being unreceptive, and try to maybe use that friendship that you two have instead of making it a serious romantic thing to sort of guide this where you want it to go. For the rest of you, let's see what's coming up, how you can avoid some of these obstacles. Thank you very much, Aquarius. Lots of love, blessings, and light.